Hi, my name is Andre, and today we're going to take Databricks and we're going to walk through an example of how to build our enterprise data warehouse on Delta Lake. So without further ado, let's get started. From our home page, on the left column, we're going to navigate to SQL Warehouse. We're going to hit Create SQL Warehouse, and we're going to give ourselves a name and this will be our entry point into how we interface with our data. So let's call ours EV Warehouse. We'll give it an extra small cluster size and leave the rest default. Just make sure that the type is set to serverless. And in a few seconds, our serverless endpoint should be available. The next thing we're going to require is we're going to require catalog to hold our database. So let's head over to catalog. We'll make sure that we select EV Warehouse, and we're going to create ourselves a new catalog. We'll call this one EV_catalog. We're just going to leave everything else standard. Let's go create. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to modify some permissions. We want to make sure that we can access this from wherever we require. Let's give all users access to everything they require. So let's just go select all users, and we'll give them a profile, which is can edit. Let's go grant, and there we go. So now we can get going and get started with building our first table. So from the top menu, let's click Add. We're going to add some new data. We're going to click Create or Modify Table. And I've attached down below, which covers electric vehicles in the US. Download that CSV file, and now we're going to upload that to our system. So we're going to select the electric vehicle population data.csv. We're going to open that. First thing we're going to do, we're going to select our EV catalog. We're going to create a new schema. We're going to call this EV_DB, and we'll leave the table name as its default. Make note that we want to eliminate any white spaces or special characters from the column names. That will make things a lot easier. Let's go create table. And now we're presented with a preview for our new table. One of the nice features is we have an AI suggested comment. Let's go ahead and accept that, as Databricks has gone over, introspected our table, and come up with a viable recommendation for a description for our table. Let's accept. Now we want to make use of this. We want to start building some downstream tables. So the first thing we will do is we will create a new query. And we just want to run the first query that is available to us. This will show us the first 1,000-row preview of our table. Let's say, for example, we need to have some support in building an SQL query. Let's say something along the lines of, can you help me build a summary of average electric range by city, county, make, and model. Let's hit enter. And what this will do is Databricks will help support us in building a table or a view or a query based on our criteria. So let's replace the current code with the double forward arrows. And let's run that again. Now we will see that we have an average electric range by city, county, make, and model. Let's say we want to create a new table from this. Let's add a new row above our select, and let's go create table. Let's give it a new name. So let's call it EV summary, and add as, select, so forth and so on. So when we click run, what will happen now is we will have a new table that's formulated based off of our parent table. And now when we go back to our catalog explorer, we can preview that table again. We will notice some changes that have been made, which are very relevant. And now we'll see that we have our two tables. If we click on EV summary, we'll notice now that we now have lineage available to us. We do have a lineage graph, and we can see now, for example, where our average range is coming from: model, make, county, and city. This is really valuable for anyone who is requiring legislation and governance around sourcing data and understanding the provenance of data. So let's go ahead now and start building some visualizations from this data. Close this out, and we're going to go straight to dashboards. We're going to use the new Lakeview dashboard capability, and we're going to create a new Lakeview dashboard. The first thing we are going to do is we're going to add some data. We are going to select a table, and we will select both of our tables that we have just created from EV catalog. First, we'll choose EV summary, and then we'll do the same thing for our raw data. Now we've got both data sets available to us to start building our visualizations. Let's make sure that we choose our EV warehouse for a serverless warehouse. And now we can go back to our canvas and start building some of our visualizations. Let's go ahead and add a new visualization. Let's choose our data set. So we'll start off with a summary. We will use a bar chart, and we want to plot out our average range by our criteria. Let's choose average electric range. Our y-axis will be, let's go by make. There we go. Let's go ahead and add a second visualization now. Let's choose a different data set. So we'll choose the electric vehicle population data. Let's maybe choose an area graph. And then along my x-axis, let's choose legislative district. We'll choose none for aggregation. And for our y-axis, let's go with base MSRP. Let's go with max. Now if we want to extend this, we can start adding titles, which is just in typical Markdown, and maybe add a filter. Let's apply a filter by county. Now we can select any of our counties. Let's go with King. So as you can see, it's very easy and very straightforward to onboard data with Databricks, start building our enterprise data warehouse, and go from zero to visualization very quickly, very efficiently, and under 10 minutes. It also offers a new feature where we can start interfacing with our data using a chatbot. This is based off large language model and is available in preview currently. If available, the Previews tab will be on the bottom left of your menu. We can click on that, create a new Genie data room, and let's create our new data room for prompt engineering. So let's call this one EV Washington population. We can give it a quick description. Let's use our EV warehouse again. Let's select our catalog, EV underscore catalog, our schema, and both of our tables. Click Save. And now we can start asking questions. Questions such as, can you explain my data to me? We can ask it for other examples. How many vehicles are there in each county, for example? Here we go. We can visualize this by bar chart, or we can start asking it derivative questions. What percentage of vehicles are hybrid in each city? What's nice about this is it allows any person to come in and interface with their data on the data lake without having any required knowledge of how to code SQL or database design. Can you show me the top 10 cities with the highest percentage of hybrid vehicles? And there we have it. With data rooms, anyone in your organization can now unlock the power of your data. It makes dashboarding, SQL, and general ETL very easy and approachable to the point where it should no longer be an inhibiting factor. Thank you for your time. Hope to see you soon. And if you want to give Databricks a try, you can always go to databricks.com/try to sign up for your free 14-day trial. Thank you very much. I'm Andre. Hope to see you soon.